So I would say the easiest approach here, do this in Desmos. And there's two approaches for doing it in Desmos. One of which is just typing it in the way that we see it, which usually is going to be the easier approach. So let's go ahead and try that. We'll use the keyboard that they have in the lower left corner because of the square root symbol. I find that to be a little bit easier. We'll type in X. Otherwise, it's going to get confused and think we want to use the slider feature, which we don't here. We'll type all this in, equals 6 plus 4 root x again, and then we'll go ahead and press enter. And I actually didn't even need to do that. We'll go ahead and zoom in to find the point of intersection. Now the tough thing here is I can't really clearly see the answer. It's a little bit difficult. I might have to just kind of guess at this point, and I don't want to do that. I feel like I'd be a little bit hesitant there. So what you can do in that case is you can actually take this right side, and I did Control X to cut it, and I'll put it over here. And so now we have these two functions, the one that's on the left side, the one on the right side, and we're trying to essentially find the point of intersection. So let me zoom out till I can see these functions. There we go. So now let me zoom back in now that I know where I'm at. And we're gonna find the point of intersection. And more specifically, we just want the X coordinate where they intersect. So you could click here, click label, and we can see it really clearly. And we see that 0.1 repeating. So we get our correct answer. Now, for those of you who are considering, well, what would I do on this if I were in my actual math class and I had to solve it by hand? And that's a great question. What you would do is you would say, well, I know there's only one type of S. They're both under a square root. I'm gonna get S's to one side, numbers to the other. So let's say I take this 1 root S and I subtract it to the right side, but I still have a leading coefficient that's positive. That'll give me 3 root S on the right side. I'll put it over here. On the left side, I'm going to bring my constants to the other side, and I get 1 on the left side. To get the root by itself, I'm going to first get rid of that 3, which is more loosely attached than the square root is. Now I get rid of the square root, which is very directly attached to the S, by squaring both sides. And when I do so, I'm really squaring the numerator, and 1 times itself is 1, and I'm squaring the denominator, and I get 1/9. So instead of putting 0.1 repeating, I could just type 1/9, and we could see here in our calculator that that is equivalent to 0.1 repeating.